I'm part of the DIAZ army now.
Oh, 100%. As if you were. Come on.
No, okay, I was. Yeah, I was so happy at how the whole thing played out. The MMA gods were looking down on the Diaz brother, and I think really got. Because let's be honest, Diaz and Khamzat would have not been.
No, I hated that fight from the start. I hated it. And Nate Diaz even came out and he said, listen, I asked for the Tony fight. I didn't ask for Khamzat.
Yes.
It's just, that was all lies and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But what a send-off to an absolute legend of the game.
Absolute. And just though I WhatsApp one of my training partners, Hanru, telling him this looks like when my two cousins fight at a Christmas party. It was super sloppy, but it was so cool to watch these two guys on their way out. I really hope Tony is also on his way out, but on their way out having fun, like Nate hanging on the cage. I don't know if you saw that, but while hanging on the cage, he told Dana, he said, The Rock's shoes suck.
Yeah.
So it was just having that much fun in the cage, and then obviously getting that very impressive win was so cool.
I'm so happy for him, and I'm excited to see where he goes next. Honestly, like he's starting his own promotion. I hope that does extremely well.
I think people got confused with his post-fight speech. I think people think he's going to probably box and stuff, or maybe he will, but I think that whole speech was about just having one of the best promotions in the world. Well, he was talking about, like dominating the game and stuff like that, and going into other areas. And I think a lot of people thought it might be boxing.
It's
where
not.
I was like, okay, well, he just announced he's doing this promotion. Maybe he wants to do that.
Maybe he also did say he'll fight until he's 52. So
okay, well, fair. So. Will he come back and win a UFC title?
No ways.
Never.
Never.
I think I will bet my left testicle. Like, that would never happen.
Well, you know what's an actually more interesting bet?
Yes.
Is, do you think he would accept, like, millions from the UFC for a once-off fight against McGregor for the trilogy?
That was I was hoping so much that he calls out Conor. Just one more time. I think
he just wants to be rid of the UFC.
Yeah. And I do think the shackles are off, if you want to, because that's how he really described it. I think he's now a free man and he's happy to be that. But there should be a number or a figure that will make him come back. And that makes sense. To have Conor, obviously I'm backing Conor in that fight. I think he wins that fight. But that would just be the icing on the cake.
That would be the best end to an incredible career. Yeah. But I mean, it's just, if he comes back to the UFC, it'll be on his terms.
Yeah, 100%.
And I can see him fighting on his own terms.
I also don't see him signing a deal for 5 or 6
No.
fights. It's going to be like one fight deals, and it's going to be massive paydays.
I don't even deals.
Yeah.
I think his
deal.
If anything, he'll fight McGregor once, and that's it.
I think that would be dumb from him not to do that.
Not to pursue that.
100%. I think he got paid in this fight. To switch on the last. I think he also said, like, I think Ariel Helwani asked him how much extra did he get. And he's just like, I lost count.
No, but he had the promotion by the balls. Yeah. When Khamzat missed by 8 pounds. 8 pounds.
That is just.
He had them like this.
Someone told me he lost. I thought that was a joke. I don't remember if someone told me or I saw it on Instagram or something, but I thought it was a joke, and then I saw the reports just flooding through.
Yeah, we were all out, and one of the guys was just like, Khamzat missed by 8 pounds, and we were all like, no, show ya. It can't be.
Yeah, it can't
show
be.
Me.
Yeah, that's also just a weird thing. If you like, shame. There are two people which I would say are the biggest. No. Okay, wait. The biggest loser of the weekend is for sure Khamzat. When it comes to, yes, he won his fight. He lost a lot of fans, I think. I think a lot of people now after this event wants to see him lose. Yeah. And just like the way he approached the whole weight cuts, the fight, the whole... messed up. It was so messy, and I think also...
Unprofessional.
100%. But shame. Lee. Little Leechy Lee.
He's the big loser of the weekend.
But not even like he's
No,
a winner in all.
yeah, he's a winner in
imagine how
every
many
other department.
imagine
That's
how
true.
many fans and love he
got me now.
Yeah, 100%.
Because even Dana said, listen, I think that was a robbery.
Yes.
And I mean, going, like, D-Rod weighed in 10 pounds more than him.
Yeah.
On, like, 2 hours notice.
Yeah.
And then, like, he didn't even get to show off his nice new suit to the... Did you see that on Embedded?
Shame, the
was
poor
just like,
guy.
Oh, I can't wait until everyone sees my suit. And then the press conference got cancelled.
That sucks. But you know what? Hats off to all the guys that had to switch opponents like last
Yeah,
minute.
it's tough.
You know, like Kevin Holland. Everyone had to roll with the punches. I saw D-Rod making a tweet saying like, he says, yeah, he's seeing all the backlash he's getting from the fight. Let's make a rematch. And
Do
that
it.
makes sense.
Do it.
Like
It's not D-Rod's fault.
Do it catch weight. Maybe have D-Rod, lose 5 more pounds. Maybe Leach can pick up 5 more.
175,
Yeah, and do it on that weight.
That's not a bad idea.
And I really hope they do that because it wasn't a terrible fight. It was actually
was
very
really good.
It was very
I
fun
enjoyed
to
it.
watch. I do think Leach beat him unanimous decision. I think it was 2 rounds to 1. So it was quite surprising hearing the split and then also it going to D-Rod.
Yeah.
That was quite surprising.
Do you think the UFC should allow Khamzat to go down to 170 again? To fight
That's
at welterweight
a
again?
very good question. Like if you miss weight by
pound or
half a
2.
pound,
Even
or
2.
a pound, 2 pounds,
Two's pushing it though.
two is but maybe something really went
Really,
wrong.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it is hard to, but 8, and now the reports are coming out that apparently the coach stopped the
Oh,
cuts.
a doctor stop or something.
No, like that was the first report. Now it sounds like the coach stopped the cutting because apparently he was passing out and he was vomiting and stuff like that, which is quite like, I don't know, obviously, but if that happened, you looked very good on the scale.
So,
I don't know. Yeah, that's quite contradicting, but I think no one will ever know exactly what happened. But also in terms of for the UFC as a company, that whole thing,
bad look.
it's a great look. No, it's a great. Okay, imagine with how many viewers their event jumped up just because of the drama that happened.
That's true, but as professionals, it doesn't look
It
great.
doesn't go, no, it's not on the UFC, it's on the
That's
athletes.
true, it's on Khamzat.
Well, it should be. It shouldn't be on the
Khamzat.
UFC. That it shouldn't be on. They have people tracking your weights right through, and it's if there's a stuff up, I think they already started planning for if he misses weight, but that's 100%. Well, it should be on.
Should
the
be on
athlete.
Khamzat, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say the next fight to make, Dana, like you need to punish Khamzat a little bit, you know?
Yes.
Like I think feed him to Borashina.
That's a great fight as well.
Paulo.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a great fight. I do not like Paulo's Costa's odds.
really?
100%. There's Paulo Costa
Yes,
against him.
bro.
Yeah.
Did you see the size difference in those two?
Yes.
Paulo
I did, yeah.
is a big dude.
He's not that big.
Like he got rock.
He's not that
like,
big.
if Gilbert Burns could rock Khamzat,
Yes.
Borachina could do some serious damage.
He's just gonna take him down. He's
Okay.
just gonna take him down.
Okay.
He's 100% just gonna take him
I
down.
like the
and
fight though. I want to see Paulo Costa and
That
Khamzat.
out of all the fights, that makes the most sense. And also in terms of the type of marketing you can do for that fight, obviously they had like the beef beforehand. and stuff.
Scuffle and everything.
That makes a lot of
Like,
sense.
but even in the beef, like Khamzat was like, "Oh, hold me back, bro, hold me back."
Yes.
And then Paulo was like, "Come, bro, come." You know, I like Borachina. I
Yeah.
really like him. Mostly because of his Twitter.
The only thing I like about him is his Twitter. So, yeah,
Like, his tribute to the Queen was really touching.
that is terrible. That was bad. That
Was
was
so
really
touching.
bad. But yeah, Nate, yeah, Khamzat, I do think against Paulo Costa, I think it's just a bad fight for Costa. I really
Okay.
do think it's I don't see him winning even the stand-up exchanges, to be honest. Like he hits hard.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's really
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Well, who did Borachina fight before? Like, what middleweights? Let's actually see. Paulo Costa. I want to see if he fought like a high level wrestler. at some
Yeah.
stage.
I made some money on Johnny Walker.
Hey,
Yeah.
good for him.
I wanted both of them to lose, but I made some money on Johnny Walker, and
How weird
made
was
some
it?
money.
Sorry, how
Yeah.
weird was it with him getting kicked out? Did you see that?
But that was so funny. Seeing him in the streets of Vegas with his
Gloves on, shoes off.
His gloves were still on. It was like those TikTok videos where they like dressed a person up with a high-waisted belt, the suitcase. It was literally like
Throw him out on the street.
yeah. I think after COVID they had like new rules that the guys can't stay backstage and
Yeah.
like linger around and stuff like that. So
He really had to linger though.
yeah, that had to be some leeching he did there. So
So Paulo, he beat Uriah Hall, he beat Yoel, he lost to Marvin Vittori, but that was a war.
yes,
Like that was an absolute war. And then he beat Luke Rockhold. Probably the best comparison would be Romero, but Romero doesn't like he wrestles, but
he
didn't really wrestle there.
yeah he's
It was just a brawl.
that's weird. Like if you have to describe Romero's style to someone, it's just like it hurts. It just
Animal.
hurts. Like he's not a striker or grappler. Hy maak net seer.
He looks like someone with like really thick bones.
Yeah,
Like really,
he does.
He looks dense.
He has yeah. He has that Cuban denseness.
Yes, it's like I feel like you could strip away all of his meat and he would still weigh more than me just by his skeleton.
Do you think it's just bone and skin?
Like I think he's just like I don't know what he is, like mutant.
Cuban Terminator.
Yeah, like he's really like a Cuban Terminator. Just how that man doesn't weigh 120 kilos, I don't know. Like he
Yeah.
looks like he weighs 120 kilos.
Yeah.
60 skeleton.
I wonder what he's doing now.
Oh, that's actually really good. I think he was still he knocked someone out in Bellator not too long ago.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, that's very cool.
Flatline someone.
That's cool.
But back to the Paulo Costa thing, just quickly. I think if Paulo and Chimaev brawl, there's only one guy coming out of that as a winner, and I think it's
Yeah.
Borrachina.
Yeah,
I hope so. Please make it happen. I want to see that.
that makes sense. Yeah, I think if he has to go to middleweight, I think that's a good fight to make. Also, like Chimaev, it's so that's such a shame of how he handled this whole thing. It's like,
This is really good.
let's say let's say he missed weight. He apologized. He did all that. He did like the aftermath of the mistake he did right.
Yeah.
He would have still been. I think people are looking past like this is
His
the fourth
performance, yeah.
fight he has taken no damage.
No damage, yeah.
in the UFC.
True.
That's
True.
insane.
But Kevin Holland isn't obviously he's a lot heavier than Gilbert Burns, but he's not on Gilbert's level.
Yeah.
Gilbert is an elite fighter.
Yeah.
I think same with Costa is much more elite than Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
All of those
One-
top guys, all
okay,
of those
so
top middleweights
if-
are more elite.
If it goes to middleweight, the Paulo Costa fight makes sense.
Yes.
100%. Even, yeah, I think that makes the most sense out of the top guys there. If it stays at welterweight, give him Colby.
Colby. There
100%.
can only be Colby.
It should be Colby.
There's no one else.
Yeah. And that makes me much more excited than going up to middleweight.
Like Leon Edwards v Usman rematch, because obviously you have to
You
give
have-
Usman his rematch.
Yeah,
He
obviously.
deserves it. And then Colby and Chimaev as co-main.
Yeah.
That would be. We don't even pay for the pay-per-views here, but I would
But
pay for
you
that
would.
one.
Yeah, that really makes the most sense. So, well, yeah. Khamzat just lost a lot of fans.
He did, he
It's
did.
really a shame.
Did you see? We're gonna have the first fight where the guys could hit each other with their ears and like really hurt each other by the size of the cauliflowers in there.
No.
Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier.
Oh, that's a great fight.
Can't wait.
That's a great. I'm backing Chandler.
Same,
That's one of the
same.
guys I really want to meet. That he's such a yeah. No, yeah.
Michael Chandler.
That's
Oh,
sick.
I can't wait for
That's
it.
a great fight.
Dustin he's just good, which worries me. You
Yeah,
know?
that's also we spoke about that actually this morning. Was just like he's okay. With all due respect, he's not super explosive. He's not always like the fastest puncher. He's not always the hardest puncher.
Yeah.
But he finishes fights.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's that type of dog mentality.
Yeah,
He's
the
like
dog.
relentless. He really puts on a pace. I think he hurts guys in fights
Yeah.
a lot, obviously. But you can't put like, you know, like Chandler is like a little. I don't know, AAA battery. He's just like,
Yeah.
like shooting.
This little, how can you say it?
It looks like he's itching.
He's like a tiny Romero.
Yeah.
It's like Romero
Yeah,
if he
he's-
was like half his height.
He's just super explosive, and I'm backing Chandler.
He's
I think
such a
it's.
fun guy to watch.
I really hope they keep it standing.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
have
yeah.
to kick once. Just box.
And if it goes to the ground, I have to give the advantage to Mike.
Yeah, 100%. I also do. I think his wrestling saves him on the ground for sure. Yeah.
So I think if Mike can make it, like, he needs to make it dirty.
Yes.
He needs to go in there, take down, back up. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great fight. What's your prediction? Your early prediction for
Early
that fight?
prediction, what I would love to see happen is Michael in the second, like, cold.
Cold.
Yeah.
Go.
Knock.
Yeah, that's-
Cold.
I would like to. That will not be on the main event. That's not a. That's on a
think it's-
numbered card.
Yes. It's
That's
the
New York.
Madison
Co-main-
Square Garden.
Yeah,
I think.
New York. Okay, so that's a cool. So
It's,
they won't headline that card. That's Adesanya
Oh, really?
Pereira. I think so.
Adesanya Pereira,
Yeah,
Dustin,
that should be.
Dustin and Chandler, and then Drickus is fighting that one as well, isn't he?
No, I think Drickus
V
is.
Darren Till. Isn't that Madison Square Garden?
No. He's in Vegas. He's in
Just
La-
what a
Viva
banger that would
Las
be.
Vegas. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Carla Esparza. Ooh. Take my money now against Weili Zhang.
Oh,
And then Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler.
Joy Lee is gonna, I think, take her soul.
Yeah.
She is so good.
She's very good. Yeah.
After Rose's last fight, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Let's
I'm
talk
backing
about this week's
Joy Lee.
fight.
Who's fighting Song Yadong? I feel so
Yeah.
bad saying that name. I feel like I'm like being racist.
No, that's his name.
That's his name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And Corey Sandhagen, that's a great
Hey.
fight. That's Corey Sandhagen I met on Fight Island. Really very chilled, very cool. I like his fighting style a lot. Song Yadong is a powerhouse. He likes fighting forward, and I think like Corey Sandhagen likes fighting off his back foot. So
Yeah.
it's really a cool type
matchup.
of. It's gonna be interesting to see how they mix up their. Obviously, I don't think their mannerisms will change. I think it's just gonna become a thing of like, okay, who can manage the distance better, who can close the gaps faster.
Do you foresee a technical battle or more like a bit of a brawl?
No, for sure technical.
Technical.
Yeah, I think everyone that Corey Sandhagen faces, I think he forces them to be
be
technical.
technical.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think he like there's like even him and TJ that was a brawl, but that was a technical brawl. That like they really had to make plans.
That fight's coming up soon as well. Dillashaw and Aljamain, isn't it?
Aljamain,
Isn't
yeah.
that like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks? Or
Yeah,
something?
something like that. So yeah, but this Corey Sandhagen fight is really cool. I do think that Sandhagen
Sandhagen
gets
will
it
take
done,
it. Okay.
and I think it's gonna be after 2 rounds. So
All right, like in
yeah.
the distance.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
gonna be 3, 4, 5, and I think he gets it done.
Gets it done somewhere in between there.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to say championship rounds or do you want to keep it at maybe 3?
I don't know, like that number 3 makes sense.
It's
yeah.
speaking to
I
you.
think something that Sandhagen does that Peter Yan also does quite well is like they download data. It looks like they really like
Yes.
just going in there, checking the range, checking the movements, checking the feints, all that, and then they start to work.
When is
So
Jan and Sugar? That's
that's also
soonish, isn't
within
it?
this year.
Ooh.
That
We've got
is-
some bangers at bantamweight
we do
coming
have-
out.
Oh, so yeah, this is cool. So Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev is
Yes.
headlining the UFC 280 card.
Mhm.
Under that, co-main Aljamain and TJ,
Hey.
and under that, Peter Yan
Sean
and
and
Sean
Jan,
O'Malley
hey? Because the winner of Sean
Probably-
and Aljamain,
fights that winner.
Mm,
It has to be, yeah. So that makes sense having that. Benil Dariush and Matthias Gamarot is also
Okay.
on that card. That's sick.
like 2 guys that get slept on in the middle in the
That's-
lightweight division.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, what a bunch of bangers. Oh, a fight announcement I was very excited for.
Yes.
I think I sent it to you the moment it was posted. Ilia Topuria versus
Yes.
Edson
Yes.
Barbosa.
Ilya.
This is a
I
sick
love-
fight. Yeah.
Topuria is a G. I
yeah,
love
he's sick.
watching him.
He's so good.
And his previous opponent was piecing him up, being technical. I
Yes.
think like Edson is going to try and do. And then
That
round
was that
two,
Herbert guy he fought. I'm sure. That British guy. I
that
think.
knockout was beautiful.
Yes, Jai Herbert.
Mm.
What a jump up in competition. Like, no offense to Herbert, he still has like 16 fights, but that's quite a leap.
Yeah.
I remember, like, that just was always the thing. We had like this running joke was like, imagine you get the call, and the call is like, you have to fight Edson Barbosa. Like, shit,
Oh, goodness. You're going to have to go and kick threes.
this sucks.
Gonna get-
This is terrible.
You basically need a guy like 3 weight divisions above you. He's not even going to kick you. He needs to take it back and just blacks me in the thigh.
Yeah, that must suck. But yeah, we really have a few great fights lined up.
I don't know.
Which is
Like,
awesome.
when it comes to MMA and UFC, I don't know if I'm just like becoming a bigger fan every single year, or if the fights are actually, or like if they're slapping more, or if it's like better fights every year.
That's okay. So imagine this. Imagine the Khamzat fight with Nate. Or imagine this happened 10 years ago. Do you think people would have been so mad at Khamzat for missing weight?
Probably
think the-
less.
Do you think the backlash or the whole type of fiasco that happened, do you think the media would have reacted the way
Oh
it did?
no, because the UFC back then was like, oh okay, as long as they bleed.
Yeah. but that's also the thing. I think people are getting so not only getting into the sport. I think people that are now becoming fans of the sport are really educated. They are educated of the sport, which is cool
Yeah.
to see.
I'm very glad you didn't say people are getting like passionate about the sport. Like if you tell me the Just Bleed guy wasn't passionate,
I think that level is still there, but only on certain cards like UFC London
or whenever like a Michael Chandler or Topuria fights, I'm Just Bleed. I'm the Just Bleed guy. That's my Halloween outfit this year. I'm going as the Just Bleed guy.
In the sevens rugby tournament. There's a guy, the Avo man.
Okay.
So he has like a cutout of an Avo costume, and then like his belly is like the pit, like the pit, and I think the Just Bleed guy and the Avo guy basically the same human being, just in other sports.
Dude, the Just Bleed guy, you could see like the spit coming out of his mouth. I don't even know who's fighting. I don't know what the year was. I just know Just Bleed.
If the UFC comes to South Africa, we are gonna have a bunch of Just Bleed guys.
I'm gonna paint myself. I will paint myself.
Don't you dare me! I will do that.
Say the man, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. We really have a bunch of cool fights. There was another fight announcement that I was really excited for. Let me just quickly check.
Ooh, yours. Ooh. No.
My,
You're having
I
some
have-
rehab done right now, right?
Yes, we have a little bit of rehab done, but other than that, hopefully good to go in a few weeks. Well, then we can start with camp.
Start with training
obviously.
camp,
Yeah.
okay.
We want to do it right.
So ideally, earliest you would fight is what, December? Or maybe November?
Yeah, I think November, December. I think that would be
Because you
ideally.
You
that
need
would
to
be fun.
take, like, it needs to be in the first half of December, ideally. Or
Yeah.
like, before the 20th. And then you
Yes,
can
of
have like
course.
Christmas and New
Yeah.
Year's and
Yeah,
come
and
to
it's-
nature again.
Yeah, that would be sick. I think I really want to make my debut before the end of the year. So
okay.
we're just waiting to see what makes sense. Obviously, like the reports are the verbally agreed to reports of Drickus and Darren sounds promising. Hopefully Darren doesn't pull out of
Yeah.
that fight. But it's if we can be around that time, I think just to minimize traveling and stuff like that for teammates and
Yeah.
coaches as well, that would be
Especially
sick.
if it's, let's say, both are in Vegas. Because
Yes.
Vegas is like pay-per-view in
Yeah.
Vegas, and then the next week you're in Vegas, or the week before,
Yeah.
even 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, that would make absolute sense. And my birthday is the 20th, so being not even being back, but being done for the year by that time
would be nice.
And then we can take off like Well, yeah, I'm gonna really have to just take off like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then be back.
Yes, you're saying like yes, I'm gonna take it. It sounded like you were gonna say I'm gonna need some proper time off, maybe a week.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, yeah. But that's also the thing. We always start like our year. We start off on Coach's Farm, and then we have like pre-season.
I've heard the stories of Coach's Farm.
Yeah,
it's a hectic time.
it is not the easiest of.
Yeah.
It's like our little version of Hell Week.
Yeah.
So,
Except the ammunition is real.
Yeah. But so it's weird. You have to be fit for the preseason.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's just a
yeah.
terrible
You
time.
can't go in there like unfit. And,
Yes.
Ooh.
So even though, like, if we do a nature strip, which I'm hoping we do, we're still gonna have to, spar on the beach, go for a
I'm gonna
jog.
take my liver out again. I'll never forget being on boxing on the beach. I have a hangover, and you just dig to the liver. And I almost died.
yeah. But you don't have to worry. That I got the sweet karma when I blocked the wave with the surfboard.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Because I was, that thing hit the shit out of me. But I was like thinking, no, I'm just gonna battering ram it.
That's when Cameron and Saaiman learned. There's a reason you point the sharp end towards you want to go.
You have to keep on
cut
poking
through the water. Cut through, not slap through.
Yeah. So we have a few months left of the year. It's crazy that it's September. This year has flown by.
It has.
It is sick. So hopefully squeeze in one more fight and then we holiday.
Woo!
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah.
Can't
Just
wait.
1 week.
Can you at least take until New Year's, or does
I think I
farm
can.
camp start by then?
No. I think I can take until New Year's. I think usually we start like preseason the first or second week in January.
Well, okay.
So
okay.
I'll have time to recover as well.
Yes. So you
great thing.
go hard New Year's, and then the next day you like get on the and like.
We'll just make 100% sure we have enough Buffelsfontein brandewijn.
Oh yeah.
And boercola, baby. Yes.
And boerbier, please. No, like brandewijn. As soon as I put my lips on brandewijn, I know, okay, tonight's going to be a rough one.
Well,
Or tomorrow morning's going to be a rough one. I had that Saturday.
it's as if you knew, because tonight is going to be a rough one.
Ooh. It's like Friday.
Yeah.
We had a night out with the team and everything. Shout out to the strip. Woo! No.
Terrible. Yeah.
But I remember we went for like just a drink beforehand. And you're like, brandewijn, please. I'm like, oh goodness. No.
You could have said no.
No, I
but you
did,
didn't.
and then you convinced me.
Yeah, 100%. That's how it works. It's always a thing like if I just do this.
Yeah, I mean, it's reels is reels. Come on.
Rules are rules. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you want to go check it out, the video version is on YouTube. The audio version is wherever you listen to your podcasts. Enjoy.
Cheers, people. Lekker. Goeie tye.
Very good. Very nice.